Have you ever needed to fulfill your dream to be as famous as Napoleon? Well, Rise of Nations is the game to play if that's you. Endless country selection, different strategies, endless possibility in war.
Nice.
If you are a beginner, you will be shocked by how complex this game might be. So today, I will explain how this game works. Without further ado, let's get right to it. Let's begin with armies. The backbone of this game. There are many units, but you as a beginner will probably not use anything but land units for now. There are 4 types of land units in this game. Armies also require manpower and in some instances oil. Steel for the land units. You can make any unit by clicking on a city you have and clicking the units button. Then select what unit you want to make. To begin, infantry is the cheapest and most spammable unit in the game due to it requiring 0 resources to make other than manpower, but we will delve into manpower later. These infantry are usable in almost any climate or terrain you will encounter while attacking or defending, so I'd use it if I started out as a country like Afghanistan where mountains are the name of the game. Next are tanks. They do incredible damage, are fast, and infantry has a hard time countering them without any anti-tank technology researched. The thing is, tanks are prone to attrition, also known as them lacking supplies in long-distance journeys. It's mostly used in plains and deserts where they are much faster. They also need a city with 1 million or more population. Next up are the support units of anti-air and artillery. Anti-aircraft is pretty self-explanatory, it just shoots down planes, but it is super bad at it. So it's better to just get a fighter jet. Artillery is much more useful, as you do damage directly to the enemy units even though the enemy units cannot attack you. It's a bit expensive, but it's worth it if you have to defend against a larger army. Aircraft and ships are also available for you to use, but as this is a beginner's guide, and aircraft and ships are more intermediate level. So let's progress now into technology. You access it via clicking on your country flag then clicking on technology. It works by giving research points every 5 days, which you can then use on literally everything to buff your country. You can use it to improve damage output by your units, or just being able to get more research points, to improve tax revenue, and more. It may be the difference between winning or losing a war. Moving on to resources, they make everything. Electronics, motor parts, steel, or literally any other man-made resource, all begins with raw resources. They range from iron, uranium, copper, gold, titanium, and others. I will also include in this part factories. Factories are the engine which drives your war machine. You build factories by clicking on a city then clicking on buildings, then click whatever you want to build. These are super important, especially consumer goods, since they improve stability, and you can sell them for a good price to democracies who will take any amount given they can afford it. Capitalism at its finest. Now let's move on to cities. Cities are what gives you resources and tax. It's essentially all you need to make a great country. The next thing you want is trade. No one nation at early game will be self-sufficient. So you need to trade. You can trade by clicking your flag, then going to economy, then clicking on resources and trade. Then you can click what you want to trade and buy or sell to any country. So, let's move on to war. The reason why this game is so successful.
Nice.
You declare war by first clicking on a city of the nation you want to declare on, then clicking on the big flag of the nation in the UI, then clicking justify war goal. Then you will be presented with 3 options. The rule of thumb is, conquest to annex a nation, subjugate to puppet a nation, then liberation to free countries from the said nation. You can then click declare war and send units to the said country. You can also auto-capture. Then there will be a flag appearing on your lower right screen. You can click it once you annex all of the nation, then you can select peace terms. Ideally, you'd want to get annexed territory, and 75% of resources and cash. Cash is needed for almost all things in this game. Factories cost 25 million each, so I suggest you annex a microstate for easy cash. This can be used to make infantry or factories. Another thing I want to mention is formulas. You can conquer certain countries and form a new one. Cool. The final part of this video is about my favorite strategy. I will use Spain as an example. Let's begin. So first we build some factories, an electronics, a steel and a civilian factory. Now let's buy the resources for them and justify war on Andorra. Let's build some infantry, then justify on Portugal as well. Now let's declare on Andorra and conquer it. We peace it and annex and gain a lot of money, useful to make factories. Now let's make some more infantry, and declare on Portugal. We can conquer all of it, earning bountiful money and now being able to form the Iberian Union.
We got 'em.
That's it, thanks for watching, see you next time.